afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone you are watching me in. I am Kadisha Henry, and I am going to be your cybersecurity teacher. So, how this class is going to operate is that we're going to be looking at each concept, and after each concept, then we are going to have scenarios and multiple choice, just as we did in our last class. So, today's topic is all about physical security. Today's topic is all about physical security, and our objective for the class for today is that we're going to be looking at fencing and bollard, and then we're going to look at attacking with brute force. We're going to be looking at surveillance cameras and system, and will and so forth and so on, and then we will just move on to the others. Okay, so that's our objective for today. But really, what is physical security? When we talk about physical security, we're talking about um, safeguarding assets and personnel from unauthorized access. So that's the whole idea of physical security, is to safeguard our assets and personnel from unauthorized access or damage, right? And all of that involve implementing measures to control and to protect the physical space, facilities, and resources, right? So that's all we are trying to do. Physical security, these are measurements that we put in place to safeguard the people, the property, and the assets from action or event that could cause damage or loss. And these measures are an essential component of the broader security strategy, because there are other security strategies that we're going to be talking about, but the physical one is just a part of it. It's just a component of the broader security um, that we are trying to implement to safeguard the physical property. So, part of what we're going to talk about in this physical security is fencing and bollards, right? Fencing and bollards, they are two of the most commonly used elements in physical security system to prevent unauthorized access and deter threats and protect our infrastructure. So, if somebody comes to a big data center, or they get to a major facility and they see fence around it or bollards, it's likely that it's going to stand as a deterrent to them, right? It deters them from coming in, jumping over the fence, or whatever means. So it's just like we hear in these people saying they're going to put border walls up. It's a means of deter people from coming in, right? So that is what we use fence for, right? They are there as a control boundaries, right? And also as a restriction, right? So it restrict people from coming in. So that's the reason we use them. And sometimes you may see the bollards and you may not know that these are bollards. They're usually alongside buildings. There are those like iron looking stuff that stand in front of buildings, sometimes from prevent vehicle from running into a building. So they put all of those bollards there, and the fence is there to protect the actual physical structure of the building and the people and the assets that are in the building. So they're there as parameters, right? So fencing create a physical barrier. It deter unauthorized access and provide a visual deterrence, right? So when, like again, you see the fence, well, sometimes you say beware on a fence. You don't know what's happening. You don't know if they have something in the fence that will, be of danger to you. So sometimes you see these barbed wires, or these in these prison places, or you see they have certain kind of fence there, because they are trying to prevent people from coming in, and they can be very dangerous if you try to go over them, because we don't know really what's in those fence, why they said beware, right? So that act as a deterrence. And that's exactly what we're trying to do, to deter persons from coming into the facility. They are visual deterrents. Why are they visual deterrents? Because you can see them and you don't want to pass them to get into